it's their problem. Really? $70? Madness. But it's all down to this amazingly modeled, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger, I fear, in his training.
Stop button. Continue. Make a nice smooth look. The flare. A lot of pressure here. I took this during Discord, and I'll have them on random stream during the week, and I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
And we will certainly make the buttons with special folks. See what happens. The sea is climbing all over the place. Another crash in the right, those buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants a treat. Do you want a treat with the buttons? Do you want a treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get off the stage. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. You too. See you next time.
And we're back. Greetings, everybody. Welcome. We're going to do a long stream. We're going to go and we're going to risk it. We're going to risk it for a biscuit. We're going to go from Cork in Ireland to Sicily, Palermo, Sicily. So the ICAO identifier should be in the name. Let me just check the name there because I had a problem with that. Cork, Ireland to Sicily. It's actually Palermo. Lima, India, Charlie, Juliet, folks. So it's a long haul. You were kind of asking that the last stream, and I thought I'd give it an experiment. Now, Buttons is going to kick off, as you well know, so I've prepared. I've cleverly prepared. I got you there, Buttons, didn't I, little duck? Good. So that's Producer Buttons, the first item on the checklist ticked off. Producer Buttons is appeased. So we're doing long stream. Just to answer your questions there very quickly. Greetings, Ian. Ian Bevington's with us, by the way, in the comments. Bravo 777 is with us. Hello to Bravo again. Greetings. Robert Barney is with us. Barani. I know, I'm sorry, I butchered your name there, Robert. I hope you can all hear me here. Let me just check the sound here. Yeah, sounds all good. So, where was I? Robert, greetings. Robert also asked, what CPU am I using? Oh, it was a GPU? What was it? GPU. Oh, the graphics. It's a 3080 Ti, believe it or not. But I'm going to upgrade that because we need, you know, it's just, we're streaming. I'm streaming, so I need the power. Otherwise, you don't need the 3080 Ti at all. You can do something a lot less. All you need is 25 frames a second. Also, who do we have there? Anna Blunt. Anna Blunt saying, good evening, Gripper, how are you? I'm not too bad. We're going to do a long haul. That means I will leave my seat, because what I'm planning to do is I've got work to do in here. I'm planning to go up the road. It's going to be a long flight. I'm going to go up the road, get some shopping, come back, do some work at the studio here, and then come and sit from time to time. So during the cruise only. So I'll let you know. You can see my hand there. I will let you know. So otherwise I could do the long haul. I'm going to be sitting here for 4 hours. Now I did a 13-hour stream when I sat here. Remember that? But today I'm going to try and experiment, because you're all saying, yeah, well, you can leave your seat. Lots of other streamers do it. So I'm going to experiment with that today. So it's going to be 4.5 hours. Probably 5 and a bit, considering before we go. Clappy D, greetings. Clappy D, you're a star. Greetings to you. And Blunt, that's who's with us in the chat so far. So, let's get our flight plan organised first, shall we? Now, let's move the camera out of here. Oh, we shouldn't have done that. I don't like that. Let's get the camera so we can get some eye candy while we're waiting. Let us do that. Cork's a nicely done airport. It's quite well done. So, and let's get our flight plan out. Okay, so I know I've got fisheye effect on for you today, folks. So, flight plan is first. Zoom. Over here. And let's get some real estate here, folks. Zoom. Okay, we are going Aer Lingus. Oh, we're going easy. Haha, it doesn't matter. You don't have to put that. Flight number 01. Doesn't save it anyway. Well, what's important is just where you're going to, where you're coming from, where you're going to, and what aircraft you're flying. That's all you need to put in here. Echo India CK. That's correct. And we're arriving into Palermo, Sicily. Lima, India, Charlie, Juliet. I'm going to be careful of the typos. Okay, good. Aircraft type, A320-200. And we're going to select. It's very clever now. Oh, this piece of button's kicking off. Oh, there it is. Fenix. Great. Good stuff. Anthony Bray is with us. Greetings, Anthony. On the treadmill watching, Chief. Excellent, Anthony. Well, welcome. Welcome to the madness. And so it's good to hear I'm well. Still alive. Still alive, still going. I know I've got to go to the dentist at some point, but I'm trying to avoid that. I'm just fooling. I'm kidding myself. Other than that, we're simming, aren't we? We're all good. So it's going to be a long haul flight. Now, fuel. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm worried that when I get up and go to the shops, it's only 10 minutes away during the cruise and get some good things, right? That something might go wrong with the stream. We'll see. It's a risk. I'm taking a risk. Now fuel, hang on, extra fuel. Give me, it's going to do all our alternates and stuff, so I'm going to go with an extra 5 tons. Right? And now let's generate the flight. Everything else is done. Good. There we go. It's going to take a little longer because it's a big journey, folks. Alan Blood says, I know the feeling great to be alive, Gripper. Yes, it is, because you can always improve things. Oh, here we go. It doesn't like this. It's unhappy. Of course it's unhappy. User invalid endpoints. Use invalid endpoints. Airway. What's all this? That's not my problem. What is all this, folks? When we see what that gives us. Let's have a look here. There might be an issue with coming into this airport. Let's just have a look here. Let's have a look at Lima, India, Charlie, Julie, and just see what we get. I may have... Gotta watch for these typos. Oh. Oh. Have I made a boo-boo? Lima, India, Charlie, Juliet. Doesn't know such... Okay. Lima, India, Charlie, Juliet. Palermo. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Oh. Okay. So we got problems here. Lima, India, Charlie, Juliet. This is interesting. It will be interesting, Red Cap. There's no doubt about it. Okay. All right. Fine. We're gonna have to do some digging here. Let me just open up a window here. I'm gonna drag it. Oh, sorry for the transition there. All the way over here. Akeo. Lima. I may have done a typo. Juliet. Italian. Yeah. No. No, that's a typo. No, Palermo. It's in the simulator. Let me just copy and paste it there in case I'm gone blind or something. Good God. So no. This is interesting already. This is not going to go well. What's going on here, folks? Okay, so that's fine, but surely... Okay, I made a boo-boo. I made a boo-boo here. Let me come out to the main menu. Here. Won't take long. This is what I did, just to show you from the very beginning, because you don't see the very beginning of what I do. I'll just get an idea of how long it's going to take. Incidentally, with my new build, you see how long it takes to load here? It takes a long time to load Microsoft Flight Simulator. On my new build, I'm going to stripe RAID 1 my M.2 drives. 2 of them. And that should double the speed. I wonder would 3 be even better. Do you know? So this is what I did. Now, that's Cork fine. Let's just check that. Lima, India, Charlie, Juliet. And it's there. And it's there. Now, we did that last time, so let's just check Navograph. I'm pretty sure it's up to date. Navograph data. Oh, I don't see what that... Oh, good God. Doesn't matter. I just updated that recently, right? So that shouldn't be the case, but there should be an arrival and approaches and all that kind of stuff here. Charlie Juliet, yeah. So that's very odd. Maybe it just got a bit mixed up. Do you know? Let's pop back into the sim again. And see. Lima, Indy, Charlie, Juliet, the Norbex. I've flown from there before, you see. It's the Norbex airport. Let's do this. start from here. That's departure. That's not really the sim. It's more sim brief, isn't it? Let's just to be safe, I just wanted to restart it there because it's going to be a long flight. So let's kick off sim brief again. Where are you, sim brief? Where are you? There you are. Let's do this again. Sim brief. Okay, that's fine. Okay. File. New flight. Let's keep it simple this time. Depart from Echo India Charlie Kilo and arrive at Lima India Charlie Juliet. Okay. Aircraft Airbus A320. And we leave it as default just to keep it simple. Sometimes, you know, when you get errors, keep it simple. Right, so we keep it simple. You don't have to have the Fenix. And let's just run with that, shall we? Let's generate the flight. Yeah, I can worry about that when we get to the end, folks. Okay? Probably changed. We'll worry about that when we get there. I'll be on my seat when we get there. So we're going to go with that. All right? I'm going to go with that. Now, let's make sure we get real live weather here. Hopefully it'll download about 3 o'clock. We'll come in for the golden hour. About just before. Yeah, 3. Real live weather, please. There we go. That'll load the live weather. We'll shut him down. Let's just load up sim brief here and hopefully it will load. And we can manage. We can manage everything on the way. Do you know what I mean? No. We can manage everything in the way. If there's any problems, it makes it more interesting, no? I'm just putting in the fuel pumps there. Crew oxygen supply, strobe light should be on auto. We put the beacon light on when we're ready to move. Let's get the emergency exit signs organized. Good. And let's start the the CPU. Give it 3 seconds. Boom. And let's align the INS or the lasers. Good. And let's get that flight plan in here and see what it gives us. Okay, this is the main bit. The rest, if it brings it in here, that's fine. I can deal with it. We can troubleshoot it in the cruise. There we go. Happy days. Flight 01 will do. Cost index will do. Cost index of... We'll go 50. And we can increase the speed as we go. Cruise level. Let's get SimBrief open here. And let's see what it's complaining about. Let's fetch the flight plan. I went just back up here so I can see the comments. Let's just say hello to everybody. Anthony praised that the threat was very good. Chief, very good. Alan Blunt, Red Cap, this will be interesting. Yes, it will. These flights are going on Foxtrot Romeo 24. Very interesting. That is, if I can pronounce your name, E-B-O-L-D. Ebold Jewel. Ebold Jewel, is that the right way to pronounce it? Ebold, greetings, welcome. Alan Brunt, got my tea in your mug like I do. Oh, great, Alan, I love that. I gotta get those mugs going again. I want to give a few more of those away, but it's hard to give them away. It's on Orbex. Julia, India, Charlie. It is an Orbex. But newest air rack is from today. There you go. It could be that. It could be the air rack. But I had to shut down the sim, and that takes ages to restart the sim. Hence, I want to strike my drives. But that's probably what it is. But we'll work through it. Always remember that in the real world, they don't follow those procedures like we see. It's all radar vectored. So I'm not really worried about that. I always fix that at the end, which is great news, you know. Flight plan raw, please. And where are you? Oh, lots of waypoints. So we've got a Sid and a star. Happy days, that'll do. Don't worry about the errors in the way. What is our flight level? 35,000 feet. 350. 350 on the flight level. Temperature looks about right. Let's go to the next page. No, we'll do that later. Let's go to the flight plan here and get that organized. Flight plan, we're going to depart in Cork. We're going to depart on runway. That's my plan. I like to write things down. Just a few little things. There's no harm in it. Runway 34. We're coming into Palermo and Sicily in runway 07. Good. And we're departing. And actually, I don't need to write that bit down. We do know our altitude 30. What's that? 35. Flight level 350. Transition altitude. I'll shut down my navigaph there, have I? Good. Not that there. Flight transition coming out of Cork is 5,000. 5,000 feet. And let's do our flight plan. Okay, so 3-4. 3-4 out of Cork. We're going to use the Echo Romeo Tango. Oh, Echo Romeo Tango. Echo 1 November. What? Here it is. That's it. Enter. And our arrival is into runway 07. Oh. RNAV only. That's going to be a pain in the ass. I didn't think of that. I don't like RNAV. I'm going to have my work cut out for me when I get back. RNAV 07. Okay, fine. We'll work that out. And we're going to use the GAN November. Golf India Alpha November 2 November. That's it. Let's see what that gives us. Okay, let's check that out there. Let's go to plan mode. And let's go to next. Boom, 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 boom. Lots of waypoints. Looking for discontinuities. Any strangeness. There we go. It's gone a bit crazy here. Alright. But that's fine. And that looks okay. And then it releases us there for a manual landing. So that little zigzag part, I can deal with that. So it's not a big issue. You wouldn't fly that in real life. When we get there, we just go direct to here. You know, to this waypoint. But we'll worry about that in the cruise. So that's fine. I'm happy with that. We'll deal with that in the way. Very nice. Let us go to init now in page 2 for mass and balance, folks. Happy days. Let's have a look here and load up the aircraft, shall we? Oh, look at the Aer Lingus truck there, folks. That's hilarious. Let's go to Fenix. And of course, I have the EasyJet livery on. I know, I should have the Aer Lingus livery. But, you know. Weather looks good on the way out. Great. Let's go to mass and balance. And load up. I'm going to do an instant loading of the aircraft. Instant. Go on. 161 passengers going on holidays today from Cork. 60.6. I'm rounding up here. 0 for weight 60.6 and 31.2. 30.2. 31.2. Let's double check that. 60.6. 60.6 and 31.2. 60.6 and 31.2. That's good. Pop that in there. And let's get our block fuel in here. Should have lots of fuel. 9.9. That makes sense. Confirm block. And there we go. Let's do our performance now for our V speeds. Let's come out here. Into departure. So we're departing runway 34. Surface is dry. Flap config would be 1. Force toga. Yes. We have to force toga. You'll see a warning here saying force full takeoff power. Takeoff going around power. Anti-ice snowpacks will be on. Let's load up everything there. QNH 1024. Hit the calculate button. While that's doing its job, I hit the B button here. B QNH 1024 once, twice, and thrice. Very nice. 129, 151. 129. 129. and 151. 129, 129. No, 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 no. 129. That doesn't make sense. 129. 151. Sorry. There we go. That's it. There we go. Flaps, or sorry, I say trim up 1, no flex to temp. So flaps 1, up 0.1, and no flex to temp as we're going toga for takeoff in Cork. Excellent. That's all that stuff done. Let's get the beacon light on, because we are loaded. I get everyone to get out of the way. Smoking signs on. Beacon light on. Let's get some lightage going on here for eye candy purposes. Let's put the dome light on onto dim. Any more lights here to concerned about? Yes, let's put these lights on down here. Let's put the floodlight here. Put it on the floodlight here. So it's a long stream tonight, folks. You know, so when I'm gone for the cruise, what I'll do is when I get off my seat, I'll put a comment. I'll put a comment in the chat. See, Twitch won't let me put a comment now. It's asking me to log on again. It's infuriating. I don't know what's going on here. No, I'll have to fix that. You see, why? I put it on YouTube and you can share there because it. Why won't it let me here? Just bear with me here for a minute. I'll log on for the love of God. Let me just log on here. I hope. You need comms. We need two-way comms, folks. Do you know? Why is it asking me to log on? It's very frustrating when you have all these log-ons, and sometimes it, you know, you can't be logging on to every single thing you have. It's quite frustrating. Okay. All right. Let's get him off there for the moment. Thank you. Mother of God. Bear with me, folks. Oh, God. Okay, fine. Okay, good. Do that. It's asked to, you know how it is. Why does it do that? Now, can I chat, please, to my followers? Yeah. Lots of advertising. God, they're trying to sell me everything. I'll just put in a little test there. Sorry about that, folks. There we go. Okay, I can chat on Twitch now. All is well. Just these surprises. Okay, where was I? We're going to get ready for backtrack here now. So, to push back back to arc, 10 miles, fine. Altitude, transitions, what did we say? It was 35,000 feet. 35. And we'll put the constraints on while I see it here. And we're all ready for pushback, folks. So what's happening now? We're all ready for pushback. So we want the tail to the left. So let's get rid of all the chocks and cones and things. I just put hey there in the chat there. Kilo, greetings. Kilo 559, greetings to you. Hope you're well. Now I can give you a comment. So where was I? I said, yeah, if I get off my seat, I'm going to set my timer. And I'm going to tell you when I'm back as best as I can. So you'll know, so you can go off and come back as well for the approach, right? We want to go into Fenix here, and we want to remove the chocks and cones, so we want to push back. Come on. APU, I didn't put the APU on, no. I thought the APU, did I not switch on the APU, folks? Yeah, it's all good. We switch off the generator, maybe? Okay, let's disconnect the GPU there. Interesting, interesting. So that's fine now. And let's get the pushback. Beacon light is on. Strobes on auto. We'll put the nav lights on. And everything else can wait there. That's all fine. And doors are closed. And we're all happy to go. Connect the tug. Let's have a look outside.
We will be taking off shortly. We ask that you fasten your seatbelt and stow your loud babies in the overhead soundproof lockers. Those of you with large oversized ugly babies can stow them under your feet. We also ask that your seat and table ties are in their upright position for takeoff. Please ensure all personal electronic devices, including laptops, cell phones, and powered sexual implements, are powered off. Smoking is prohibited throughout this flight, but we will serve large amount of alcohol to ensure that your intoxicate levels are high.
You want to tell to the left as I see it.
Alcohol is provided to ensure your personal
start up engine number 2.
On arrival.
APU bleed is on. Negative.
Will also be offered
look
alcohol,
before you press. APU bleed is on. Engine on to start mode and engine number 2 start.
For some reason. Thank you for choosing Reaper Team for your flight.
Stop the
and
push
we
back
hope
there.
You enjoy this journey with us.
Engine number 2 is kicking off. There we go. Make sure my levers are idle. Levers are idle and all good. Engine number 2 kicking off an N1 very quickly though. Okay, that's good. There we go. Did I miss the angry dogs is the thing. Very good. Let's kick off engine number 1. Whoops. Engine number 1 kicking off. There's the angry dogs. Good, good, good. And engine number 2 is kicking off, and we're getting hydraulics, etc. Very nice. Let's get flaps down while we're here to flaps 1. Nice. There's Red Cap backing up there with someone else. Some of the boys are following us. It's going to be a long flight, which is great, which is fine. Experiment continuing as we go. Okay, let's get our taxi lights on and start moving. Get rid of the truck there. Say goodbye to the tug. Go on. Did I say? No. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Park back on. Good. So we're all good to go. Very nice. Let's get the oleo cam on here and let's start the recorder. Clobby D. So hopefully, right, just if the flight breaks for whatever reason, it's unlikely, it's rare, but if the flight breaks, hopefully with the record I can kick it off where I was. Okay? So that should do the trick. So we are starting the recorder and that hopefully will say, it's unlikely we'll be kicked off, but just, you never know. You never know, it is quite rare. Okay, fine, brakes are off and let's start taxiing. They're coming as white liveries there for some reason. I don't have the traffic on. We'll put it on the way. We'll put the traffic on now. Let's just put the traffic on. I'm just going to come outside. Let's get the traffic injector working. That should help with some liveries, hopefully. Start the injector. Good, good, good. No changes. That will load. Oh, look at here. All the aircraft are coming in around our area. So, there we go. Okay, let's go. Let's taxi. Oh yeah, and life I don't have live studio, no? No. Oh! Sorry about that. Why does it do this? Why does it have to, you know... where are you, Fly Life? Come on, let's go. We have no time to flip-flop around, do we? There we are. There it is. Okay, so let's go Fly Live. Thank you for reminding me. Go for Echo India Charlie Kilo to Lima India Juliet Charlie Juliet. Lima India Charlie Juliet Lima India Charlie. Just making doubly sure. And hopefully this will give us the time to go. Let's yeah, it'll give it to us after takeoff. So okay, let's taxi. Let's taxi, folks. And we're away, folks. There's Wild Titans with us. Wild Titans at the gate. There's Red Cap. And there's Fallen up ahead. Very good. Very good. Let's get ready now. Let's arm our spoilers. Let's put brakes up to max for the rejected takeoff. Constraints are on. We'll also want the predictor to wind shear to be on. Very nice. Hopefully I can come off at the end here. It looks like I can. Come on, mouse. Do what you're told. I got a declutter there just for eye candy purposes. Hey, Kilo. First time chat. He said straw. Straw? Kilo 559 straw. He says. Don't know what you mean by straw. Ian Bevington. Gonna have to stop for fuel in Vision Jet tonight. Yeah. Yes. I don't know if this... Will this aircraft get to this little gap? Will we get to this little gap? Oh, have we got to backtrack? I like the little hill here. Let's just go to a halt here. Oh yeah, it looks like we have to backtrack, yeah. So, in Cork, you can see we have two runways. One shorter and one longer. So, we're going to enter the runways and backtrack, folks. So, let's put on the transponder. The TCAS onto TA only, and transponder on. Let's put our lights on. Nose light. Runway lights are already on. We don't need the APU anymore, so we get rid of that. Let's taxi. Oh, there's an Aer Lingus there threatening to take off. I don't think he will. He was there. I'm gonna go. You know, what's he doing sitting there for taking up the runway? So in Cork, you're gonna backtrack the runway, which is interesting. Ah, I get you. Clubby says, you said hey, and Keela said straw. Now I get it. Backtracking the runway. Let's add a bit of power here and let's start moving. Let's hit takeoff config. See if we get any messages there. Everything's in the green here. Very nice. No problemo. Off to Sicily. Our frames are looking good. So I'm building my PC, as you know. Air cooler problems. Sorry, CPU cooler problems. It's not working. I think it's first ever build, right? And the cooler isn't working for the CPU. So I gotta send it back. I got it from overclockers, and I still do. I got some parts from overclockers because you could trust them to do returns without any grief. Overclockers.co.uk, but the problem is you order it in here, they don't charge the VAT from their side, but you charge the VAT from this side, but also this side you're charged an extra 17%, under 17% I think it is, for customs or whatever it is. So it is more expensive, but if you can't get the parts in Europe, I got some parts in overclockers. The problem is you send something back, they can't send it back to you, a new one back to you, because you're going to be charged again. The rules, but I think you could trust overclockers in .co.uk to a degree. Well, you can. I've never had an issue with them. Do you know, I've never had an issue with them. I'm just being paranoid, but they are very, very good. And he's even on the phone. He's saying, look, mate, don't worry. You can just send it back to us, but we can send you another one out. We just have to refund you because you're not in the UK because of the European thing. So he's going to refund me, and I'll source it elsewhere. So he's actually, look, mate, we'll look after you. Don't worry. Don't be panicking, because you know we're not going to flip-flop around and get you to go talk to support and stuff. So it's quite good. So anyway, I got another smaller cooler. Well, you know, there's a big air cooled or liquid cooled, folks. Really, you know what I mean? Which is better? I'm thinking it's not much in it. Chrono is started. We're good to go, folks. I got my flaps set to flaps 1. Spoilers are on. Lights are set. Everything's good to go. Let's rock and roll. Grim Sim is playing up tonight. Oh, Valstrom's having problems with a sim. Okay, let's just sit down a little bit. I'm not that tall. And let's go, folks. So 50% of the engines. 50%. It's all stable. Let's reach the brakes. And full toga. Toga power, folks. Forward on the stick. All good. Yeah, I want to get those center line in between my 2 feet. I'm going to ignore the traffic on the runway, okay? Relax the back pressure. 120 knots. V1, we are V1 now. Where we're going. And rotate. Don't worry about him. He's still sitting there like an idiot. Positive rate, gear up. I'm going to go to autopilot fairly quickly. Gears coming up. And let's have a look outside. There's Cork, folks. Real live weather. The time's a little bit earlier during the day. There's Cork. I'm going all the way to Palermo. Palermo in Sicily, folks. EasyJet. Should have been an Aer Lingus delivery, really. My apologies, I've done that twice this week. 1,500 feet now. Power back to climb. You don't that soon, you might miss a constraint. Do you know? Power's back to climb. I'm waiting to accelerate. I decelerated a little bit there. Come on, up to 180 knots so I can take the flaps up. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet or 2,800 feet. Let's get rid of the runway turn-off lights. The nose lights can come off and disarm the spoilers. And auto brake disarmed. Gears up, no lights. Now I can take the flaps up. Or is it where the S is? I think it's where the S is, but we can take them up now. Flaps coming up. And takeoff checks complete. And we're on our way. So a little bit of rock to get to the other side. So now I can chat to you folks. Now, no messes up the departure there. Now don't start with your choppiness. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. That's smooth, okay. That's smooth for you guys? 300 seconds are good. And we're smooth again. It does that sometimes. Valstrom says, sitting with toga on the runway and this bird refuses to move. Looks like spectating again. No, make sure Valstrom, right? I've did this before, right? Make sure the chocks and cones, you taxi to the end of the runway. Make sure your chocks and cones are off here in my flight. Sorry, in ground services. Is that one thing? Oh, okay. It's actually showing me when I'm in the air. I wouldn't want you to be on the ground. It's not moving. Just check your chocks and cones aren't on again, because that will stop you. I don't know what you're flying. Are you flying the 737? You've got to go in the FMC and change that. Back to standard now. Standard once. Started twice, and we're leaving the centre on QNH, local QNH. 7,000 feet, 35 to 35,000 feet. Happy days. And we're all good. Let's see how the passengers are getting on there. Oh wow, Brendan Beery. Why isn't that coming up here? Why isn't that coming up? Why isn't the alert coming up? The deuce. Where is the alert? Why does it change things? I even moved it. Advanced. Alert parries. There it is. Just a bit. It's just a bit. It just takes a while there. Brendan Beery, thank you so much, who donated $10 to the stream. He says, I enjoy your streams. Cheers. Brendan Beery, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. And the good news is, I was looking to buy, it was only yesterday I bought the airport. Where were we? Anyway, and I said, oh shit, I gotta buy the airport. But funds were there because of people like you. So we can have all the cool airports for the stream, which is great. So I really appreciate those donations. Brendan, thank you very much, your star. And if I may say so, hero of the day, folks, if I dare say so. What do you think of that, Buttons? Buttons is very pleased. Buttons is very pleased. Thank you, Brendan Berry. Valstorm says, good point, but been giving me grief all day. So Valstorm's having problems with a sim. I know how you feel. I know how you feel. So we're good. We're good for the moment. Let's get outside and get some eye candy. I'll just remove the cameras for the moment. I'll switch off my face. And that. And we'll have a look outside. We'll have a go. So, interestingly enough, you were saying, you know, why don't you do a long haul flight while you work on your studio? Because I want to jazz it up a bit. I went to IKEA, got a few cheap things, you know. Not a lot by any means, but so I can work on that now and do some other stuff. I'm building a PC, as you know. It's cheaper to, well, you know, you're going to save a few quid, whatever you do, okay? Because I've been researching this a lot. Okay, a great deal actually. If you want to buy a PC, alright? Do not go to Dell. Don't get an Alienware PC. Okay, the laptops are okay. Don't get a pre-built one. I got overclockers to build me one once, and that's the one I'm using now, and I was very, very happy with overclockers. But again, they're going to charge you to build it. Okay? So, rebuilds are not a good idea, and it's the same everywhere. You get substandard parts. So, I'm talking from inexperience here, but once I get this cooler issues installed, now hopefully it's not, I haven't got a wire in the wrong place. You know, Colonel Clink's very experienced with this, he said, so he's coming up to help me on Saturday, just to make sure I have everything plugged in. And I'm fairly confident I have. And it's not as hard as you think to build your own PC. And people told me this for years. For years they told me this. Look, we just do it. It's easy. You can't go wrong. You're not going to blow anything up. No. It's not that difficult. Your first build will be the hardest, but it'll be, you know. So, hopefully I'll be able to confirm that when I finish the build. But, no. Buying an alien, a Dell or something like that, no. It's a bit of fun. It will be fun after my first build. You know, so we're leaving the coast of Ireland now. We're going to go over England, over France, all the way down, over to Italy, folks. Towards Italy, over to Sicily. So we're going to get the cruise done here. Once we get in cruise, then I will begin my journey to there might be some drilling involved as well. You may hear some drilling noises. I don't know. We'll see how things go. So we're in the cruise, folks. Let's release all the passengers. I kind of left 10,000 feet because I was chatting there. We'll switch off the landing. No, I didn't want to do that. That was a miss. That was an error there. That's armed, not on. So, retract the old lights there. And we're in the cruise.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may realize your safety belt and scramble around the cabin now. We'll be passing out alcohol shortly. Please order more than just one drink at a time, as is customary. The toilets are also ready for use, while left it to now to defecate is beyond us. Thank you.
Happy days. Where's all the passengers talking? Why isn't FS Realistic doing its job? Is it passenger ambience? Cabin ambience, perhaps? Come on, talk. Do something. Oh, it's switched off. Is it switched off? Oh, come on, cabin ambience. I cannot hear it. That's a bit of a pain in the neck, isn't it? Can you hear that? Can you folks hear that cabin ambience there? No? By the way, FS is one of the first add-ons that I've always bought for any sim. For X-Plane as well. But now... it's not giving me any ambience. Let me check the sound of the PC. Maybe missing some sounds there. That's fine. That's fine. All good. It just comes on randomly, you know? Maybe it doesn't come on the cruise. I don't know. Valstorm is saying it's not coming up on multi-stream there. Oh, it is. Sorry. Following up, greetings to you. Thank you, Clappy D. You put a link there for FS Logistic. Let's go back at the chat there. Valstorm, good point. Be giving me a lot of grief. How long is the flight? Now, the flight 777 is going to be about. Oh god, it says 17 minutes here. That's not right at all. Time to go. That is incorrect, folks. Correct. Why is it giving us errors? You see, it's not fully developed. Okay, 4 hours. Roughly 4 hours to go. Now, good question. Is there anyone experienced on with the 737? What bothers me is there... Where's the mouse gone? Is there anywhere in the FMC that will give you the time of the total flight? Let's have a look at Prague here. Prague... gives us our optimal altitude. No. That time to go is incorrect up the top, folks. Is there anywhere it gives us the total time? It's got to be in here. It's got to be in here somewhere. Climb. Cruise. The time to go. 1,295 miles to go. Yeah, maybe it'll settle in the... Clappy D's saying, wait till you're in the cruise. And, you know, maybe then it'll give us the time. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of speed on here. I'll leave it managed just to go. What we can do is what you shouldn't, I suppose, do is go to init and set the cost index to 99. Like this now, it'll accelerate. Not by much though. Because when we level off, it's going to, it won't go beyond the the red line here. So yeah, we wait till the cruise. It's a very slow climb. Let's hurry that up. There might be some constraints ahead, but it doesn't look like it. You know, doesn't look like we'll make it to about here. So for the moment, I'll set the speed. I'll increase the speed a little bit. 350. Put it towards you. I will accelerate just below the red line there. We'll get up a little bit quicker. And I'll increase my rate of climb here. Put it towards you. There we go. Now it'll increase the climb here. Yeah, it may settle. I hope. Yeah, it'll give us our arrival time, Valstorm, but we're kind of not in real time is the thing, you know. Do you know? 18:38. What time is it in the sim then? Let's have a look at the time in the sim. 15, 16, 17, 18. 3 hours plus change. So there is the UTC time, 15:42 and 18, 15, 16, 17, 18. 3 hours and a bit. So 3 hours, folks. Three hours. Oh, let's get the cameras back on here. Get me face back on here. And I'm back. And we're back, folks. Oh, Valstorm was saying, sorry, he's just sit in the cockpit, sitting in the cockpit with your gripper. I can hold your coffee mug. Brilliant. Did you switch it on all the way in the wall socket? It can happen. Oh, the graphics card. Was that the PC? Yeah. You know, it happens. It happens. When I was working in IT, I was in Dublin, and it was Friday, and I was kind of getting ready to go home. It's about 4 o'clock. And I had to go up all the way up to Letterkenny, which is a 3-hour drive. There's a shame you got to go up and fix these lines here. The printer isn't working. And I set it up 2 days before, and it was fine. Oh, maybe it's a few weeks before, and it was fine. No bother. So I got the phone. I got on the phone, they rang up, and I said, okay, first thing you check is the power cable. I said, is the power cable plugged into the printer? And they went, where is that now? And I go, oh God. There's a black cable coming out of the printer and it's plugged into the wall. And I had to explain it where it's at. As you see it, that's on the left hand side of the printer. And they said, yeah, it's plugged in. Okay, so the next thing is the printer cable. So there's another cable coming out of the printer and it's a printer cable. Very good detail. Right, and they say, yeah, it's plugged in. It's plugged in. I said, shove it in, please. Just make sure it's really tight in. I said, yeah, it's plugged in. So I'm going, and they're going, still not working. They're very angry about it, you know. This is a fairly sophisticated office now, right? Very sophisticated. And I kept going, you know, what's wrong with it? So anyway, no luck, and I had to drive up. So I drove all the way up on Friday. Got there, it was dark, it was late. Everyone else is in the pub. And what happened? What happened? I got to the printer, and it wasn't seated in properly, the printer cable, and I just went, took, yeah, and I went off printing. And I just walked around and went home. Yeah, and a member of staff in the place had to wait for me to arrive. I had to be in the office to let me in. And I drove all the way up from Dublin to plug in a printer cable. That is the epitome of stupidity, isn't it? Very frustrating. So it does happen. And I'm hoping I've done something like that with the graphics card. I'm hoping I didn't have it plugged into the right port, or something's not plugged in. I hope there's something that because I've never done a computer before, and I'm hoping that's what's wrong with the graphics, with the CPU cooler. I'm hoping. But I've been looking at video last night. I was up long hours looking at videos how to fix it. I know everything about coolers now. This particular one, how to install it. It works. Speed is slowing down a bit, just because we're getting higher now, aren't we? So let's increase the speed a little bit. No, we can't go that fast. Oh. A little bit slower, just there. There we go. 0.81. So we're increasing the speed. We're just going to get up to our cruise. And what I got to do when I get up to the cruise, I'll push a little comment as to when I'll be back and when some people join. And if you're still happen to be watching, because you might get up and get some to eat and stuff as well, folks. Do you know? I'll let you know when I'm back in my seat. Okay? Graphics cards, etc. need quite a bit of force to be properly seated. Yeah, the graphics card's fine. I have no problem with graphics cards, or I've often replaced graphics cards, memory sims. It's my first time seating a CPU, you know, and they're a couple £100, like, you know, and to seat the CPU, I was looking at videos and all this kind of stuff, and I was just so nervous. That's a bit to go now. I was so nervous, and it worked. It was fine. The CPU wasn't a problem. And once you've done it once, it's gone, you're like, okay, it's easy. The cooler did come with thermal paste self-applied, but I don't know. So I've ordered some thermal paste, £3, you know. But it's interesting. So once I get the cooler, I'll be off to the races. There will be a stage. I'm fearing that I've got everything set up, and I have to get everything set up in that PC now. But I'm wondering. Yeah, I have to get everything set up in that PC with regards to the simulator and Streamlabs and all that kind of stuff. So there may be a day or so where I won't be on, and I can come on and test it. You know, which I get plenty of warning. I will post Discord. I'll post all the bits and pieces in Discord if I'm going off or not. Valstrom, it gives you the arrival time for the flight page. Oh yeah, I read that. Yeah, the arrival time. Close enough for the government to work. Close enough for the government to work. Do you do any Ireland? I do, Joshua. Oh, sorry, we got some new people. Joshua, welcome. Joshua Finnegan, welcome. Do I do any Irish flying? Yes, Joshua. Myself and Karen Clink have done some on Fridays. We're doing a round the world trip on Sundays now, 2100 hours, like clockwork. That's 9 o'clock in the evening. So I do some Irish flying. We just took off from Cork and stuff. We must do some VFR flying around Ireland once the world trip's over. Joshua, you know. Quaggy, greetings, Quaggy. Quaggy is saying graphics cards. It says CPUs are the scary things. Yeah, CPUs are scary, but it's and the internet. If you watch these guys, there's some really good guys there. Jay's 2 cents is my favourite. Jay's 2 cents. Look him up. He's very good. Very, very, very popular, well known and trusted. There's some other guys. I can't remember the name. They're real not nerdy, but real techie, with the long hair, do you know, and the voice. Some very funny people there. Not funny, but interesting. Linus Tech Tips a bit. It's kind of interesting, and lots of other people, but it's interesting to watch them. They do make it interesting. I like Jay's 2 cents, and they're all about PC building and gadgets, and you know, graphics cards and coolers, and you know, it's all very interesting. We're going up to Lizard. We're kind of at our cruise now, so let's set everything back to manage mode now. So push it in. Push it in. I don't need to do that more. 35,000 with the cruise. That's fine. So everything's managed. Let's check our fuel. I just want to check. It's a long flight. Let's check our fuel. Yeah, we got loads of fuel. Loads of fuel, folks. And here we are, fat, dumb, and happy. Our ground speed is 348 knots. Why are we going so slow, though? That ain't right. There's something wrong here, folks. There is definitely something wrong. We're not going as fast as I'd like. 0.632. That's only indicated. We're going Mach 6.3. Is that not a bit slow? You know, is that not a bit slow? Maybe it doesn't like the... Let's go to 60 on the cost index there and see what that gives. Well, that's slowing down. Let's go to 99 again. Let's go to 90. I don't know if that's very realistic, but a little bit slow, no? The nose is very high, so I'm wondering what's going on. We should be going 8, at least 7. Mach 7, no? Are we heavy? Could be quite heavy. Well, we are quite heavy, look. But we're still within limits, no? Max landing weight. Okay, the autopilot's... Okay, it doesn't like it. We're going too slow. Autopilot's disconnected because we're going too slow. So what the deuce? Cost index is set it at 90. So it's not going to like this. Let's come down a bit. Let's just see what Prague... Let's relax here for a moment. Prague says optimal 33,000 feet. So why'd you put it at 35? Let's go to 33. It's only 2,000 feet the difference, but... Do you know? Shove that nose down. Let's bring the nose down. It's that coffin corner up here now. Now we're accelerating. Let's see, 133. Any other Xbox pilots on, Quaggy says. Let Quaggy know if you're an Xbox pilot. Questions help each other out. Quaggy, it's a constant circle of hardware upgrades and software upgrades. Well, actually, Quaggy, in a PC, you don't really need to upgrade. My PC is absolutely more than sufficient for flight sim. It's just that I'm streaming as well. That's the thing. I'm just streaming as well. So, autopilot back on now. That's why I want a bigger machine. Do you know? Some streamers have 2 machines. They'll have their Stream Labs desktop on one PC, and they'll have the sim on another PC, and they'll join them together. But that's 2 PCs now you're talking about. Now, one of them doesn't have to be very high spec at all. It's just a simulator one, and it just captures the screen. You know. I could try that for a while, get an Elgato thing, and just try that and see how that goes. That could be cool, actually. But you know, it's when you're streaming, the graphics card's working very hard. But that's just a problem unique to me. Well, unique to streamers. Greetings, BC Sim Pilot. Hi from Vancouver, BC, Canada. Greetings, B Sim Pilot. How are you doing? We're getting lots of new people here, folks. Don't forget to hit the like button and follow. You know, follow. You don't get any harassment, by the way, when you follow someone. As in that you'll be a subscriber on YouTube. Or a follower on Twitch. Do you know, following, you don't get any harassment or anything like that. It's just on your channel list, if you think about it. You know, on your list of favourite channels, that's all that is. But it does help the channel when you do that. Hitting the react button or the like button and stuff like that. So, and you know, if you like the stream, all the better. What will we get here in the yoke camera here? Can we get something for you? So I'm getting ready now to get off my seat. Do you know? I put a sign there. I'm sure all of you, if you're happen to be watching, some people will come on. Where's your man gone? I should put something on the screen to say back in 5 minutes. That's what I'll do. Do I have any word or anything like that? Is there a notepad I can use? Notepad. I should have a little special thing here to say I'll be back in 5 minutes. Can I do that? Back soon. Chatting with Stuart S. Cabin crew. make that any bigger. Font. I can. Can indeed. Format. I could do. So when I'm gone, I can put this up. Just for the moment. I know it's kind of, do you know? I know it's rudimentary, but it works. Does the job. One day I had a sign here, back soon, but you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it at all. So we're in the cruise. Is there anything we need to... Let's have a look at the rest of the comments there. I'm strictly console these days, but I've travelled the Windows and PC journey, says Quaggy. Yeah. It's, you know, once you get out of the PC world, you can't upgrade anymore, and it's kind of expensive and stuff. You get back into it though, you know. Apparently it's taken off, this PC building, after all the hassle of the COVID. Ian Bevan says, yes, Slew is my friend tonight. It would be 5 hours otherwise. Follow up, I'm at Mach 7.9. Now I'm at 0.83. See that? I think I'm a bit heavy, and it didn't take into account we being Coffin Corner there, you see. Because that's called Coffin Corner where we were at. That's only 2,000 feet. So I don't know what happened there. It's interesting. It's interesting. Time to go now says 8 minutes 15. Where's the thing we're going? Let me just refresh that. Let me refresh that there and see. It's very annoying. Right place there. I'm going to shut it down. It's going to give out to me now. It's going to kick off. I shut it down. It's going to close your eyes for 3 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, it takes you a turn. No, sorry. Why does it do that? Why? I'm gonna do it again, and hopefully it'll give us the actual time here. India. Okay, 2. No, I put India. India, Charlie, Juliet. Now I'm going to get rid of that off this. Yeah, that's okay. Where's the mouse? There we go, and let's see if that gives us time to go. 2 hours, 19 minutes. There we go. Now I just have to reset it there. Interesting. So 2 hours, 19 minutes, folks. I am going to go down and start working in my office now, folks. Joshua Fitting is back with us. He says, is there any fix for the Logitech multi-panel? Mine is always red or blank and only works the Grumman 1000 aircraft. Yeah, Joshua, you know what? Joshua, I did a video on this years ago and it works brilliantly, right? But what I will say to you is, it just worked, right? What I will say to you is there is a Logitech, where's the website? You got to download the Logitech drivers for the flight panel, and what happens is the radio will work when it's an icon, you double click on it. So go to the Logitech website, look for the radio panel, and there's and if anyone knows what that is, if you can remember, you're going to run that, right, for it to work. Now I just double clicked on it and I got my radios working here, right? Radios work, but the autopilot, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and this below, sometimes it doesn't. You know, I just don't know what's going on with these two. It's just stopped working. And when I did the review, I was happy as Larry. Plug and play, load the drivers, and boom. And the issue with these guys is, right, Logitech just don't make flight control panels. They bought this off some other people. Can't remember the name. And they just don't care. You know, they don't have the updated drivers. They don't think about it. But the radio panel is working when you get that software, right? So when you go to Logitech website, look up flight sim radio panel, and that'll bring you to the drivers. You'll find it. But I cannot now vouch for these anymore. So that's the big issue with the autopilot. I went and I got this here, you know, which doesn't work for everything. It won't work for the Airbus, for example, but it'll work with all the Grumman 1000. So it is a pain in the ass. So I wouldn't recommend buying these anymore. In fact, I'm going to take these two away, you know, because this was on the other day and it wouldn't work though, but the lights came on. Oh, I must have pressed something here. What's that warning about? I've gone over speed. That's interesting. Seeing as it's managed. Ah, okay. That is going to be an issue here, I'm guessing, with a cost index. Right, so let's go to 60 the cost index. Okay, autopilot's disconnected, but don't worry. So I'm going to go to 60 in the cost index. That's going to slow us down. I'm going to put on the autopilot. It's going to it'll slow down now. So we're very high. There we go. We've got the autopilot on. I was just going too fast, and it'll disconnect the autopilot. There we go. So just as well I didn't leave my seat, because that would drive me mad. So we're slowing down a bit. My cost index is too high, and it's slowing down to just below 280 there, and we're at Mach 7.96, and the ground speed is 429 knots, so that's fine. Oh, the sun is wow. That really gets in your eyes. That looks fantastic. They've really done a great job. Lots of people watching here tonight and chatting. Great. Hi from BC Sim Palace, Vancouver, Canada. Yeah, I said that. Funnel up, he's putting twice the load. Yeah, most streamers use 2 PCs. Some builds I've seen have essentially 2 PCs in one case. They're huge. Yeah, so that's a possibility. I gotta get an Elgato. It's not a bad idea. Get an Elgato thing, and it just captures the screen. Or does that mean I have to have 2 windows? Another monitor? Maybe get a little monitor. Don't know how it works though. I'll have to look into it. That's a possibility. I'd rather sell my old PC though. But it's a possibility. If you're not streaming, $1,000 would get you a PC more than capable of Flight Sim. 3060 Ti is all you need, and a decent processor. Yes, you're absolutely right, folding up. You don't need a big PC. Only when you're streaming you need one. Recap saying, I was just about to find out whether Just Eat delivers to flight level 350. Ian Bevington says, I have one and often have to unplug and plug it back in. Also, they have to kill the process and start it again. Generally okay, but needs attention now and again. SciTech, yeah, Redcap says SciTech got them all, and they're a bugger to get working. Give up on them ages ago. Yeah, so I'm kind of going to give up on these. They're not. I mean, I got a comment from someone looking, and I think I answered the back. They said, what's going on? The links are broken for your all this stuff, and they just changed the links to the drivers and everything. It's just SciTech, yeah. So LICJ bought SciTech, and then that came under their management, and they're just no good anymore. You need something that is, specific for flight sim. We're a flight sim manufacturer. Now, I even wrote to these guys. They're going, yeah, well, we don't have the software. We didn't bother with the software for the other airplanes. And I'm like, well, what? So it's just a tricky one, It's a tricky one, folks. I'll leave the camera there if I'm going to get away. So I'm just going to give it a while. So, because what's going to happen is I'm going to leave my seat there during the cruise. What's going to happen is it's going to disconnect the autopilot. Yep. But I can look at the stream on my phone, can't I? When I'm out. I'm going to go to the shops and come back in, and then I'm settled. Then I'll be in the room and I can go. So that's the plan. SPAD is a good program to manage SciTech peripherals. Yeah, I'll have to look into that one day when I get the time. Oh! Let's just get rid of the cameras for the minute. Boom. Boom. Bit of back county, folks. Yeah, do hit the like button, folks. Do hit the like button or the reaction button. Do comment. No such thing as a bad question, by the way. No such thing as a bad question. As you well know. Where are the boys? Packing up. Can't see anybody yet. There's someone down there. I want to leave the horizon not in the middle of the screen. There we go. Yeah, I must try spot one day. But it just... What happens to you in simming is you get these peripherals and stuff and how can I say, fiddleitis, you know, tweaking things and getting this ready, and I've done it in the past. I think I've got this thing and I tweak it and I do it, and you spend 4 hours actually tweaking the sim and you never fly it. Do you know that kind of way? I don't want to get into, that's why I don't want to get into to spat, because then you're just all, you're doing it constantly. But I should try it at least. You know, I should just try it. Does it cost you money? Let's see the VMAP where we are. Does it cost money though, you know? It won't let us zoom out anymore. We're just coming up to the coast of France, folks. And thankfully, we've got 2 hours and 15 minutes to go. And we've been streaming for 1 hour 22 minutes. Can you believe that? Well, I can't. So I'm going to leave the screen so I can see. Bit of music. Sorry, I've got to stop it from doing that. You don't need to see this, you see? Why won't it go in the window I selected the search bar for? I'm awful moaner. All these things have to be sorted out. Let's get some music going, folks. Where's my knob here? There's some black music in the background. Ian says I feel another slew coming. Scariest thing is having to redo all your controls. I know the pain. You see, that's why I've fallen up. You know. And thankfully, Microsoft are clever, right? Because I've wiped my sim completely. But they download all the controls. They remember you. They download all the control options from the cloud, which is great for the flight sim itself. But SPAD, I don't know. I'm sure you can back them up into a file on your local PC in SPAD, I'm guessing. I know I've missed a couple of comments there somewhere. So, exciting business at the PC. Exciting business. So all is good. We're just sitting there fat, dumb and happy. All good. Time to go is working. I'm delighted with that. Of course, I got Gripper Psalm up at the top now, and I don't want to change it again. See up here, Gripper Psalm. I see typo there. Gripper Psalm. Who cares? What are you gonna do? Is it really 2 hours though? Okay, maybe it's 2 hours. Hey, what's up? TTV Dep Ixel. I know that's a clever acronym for something. I call you TV. Is that okay? Hey, how you doing, TV? How are things? Hope you're well. And the chat box is back. Nice. Thank you, Clappy D. Oh, what's this? Okay. Fallen Up says, yeah, I've had one instance where Microsoft wiped my controls. It was a season update 3 or 4. Oh, bummer. It hasn't done it on me. Not yet, thankfully. So my plan now tonight, I'm going to go down the road, get some stuff, come back and do some work in this room. and I'll be back. Right? So if anyone comes on, Edward Keller, hello. Greetings, Edward. So if anyone's on and someone's going, where's your man? You can, if you're on, you can type it up and say, he's gone down the road. He's streaming. He's gone down the road. And he'll be back in, I'd say it'll take me just, let's say half an hour, just to be sure. Because I'm going to, you know, Tesco's. And you're going, oh, where you're, you know, Tesco's. We've got all the stuff here. You know, in my area, which is nice. So I'll be back soon, folks. I put the little thing up here. Oh, we'll see what happens. Producer buttons locked him out of the room. Producer buttons should be fine. I don't like leaving the dark too long with the computer on. So, good. Okay, folks. So I'll be back. You convinced me to buy Fenix, the Fenix plane, Edward Kerr. Okay, Edward, and tell me, be truthful, Edward, on YouTube. Are you enjoying the Fenix? Is it worth it, do you think, so far? Now, it's going to be frustrating because you've got to learn stuff and things. But once, it's not hard, once you know. You know, once someone points stuff out to you. Ah, okay, great, and you try it and it works. And then you're going, great, now I've learned this new thing and I can do this with it. Let me know before I get off my seat. Are you pleased, Edward? Was my conviction correct? Because with the other one, it's great. But you don't know, is it the lack of knowledge of you, or is it the lack of implementation of the simulator? You know, and that's the problem I had. I was going, you know, why won't it do this? They tell me you can do this in an Airbus. And you look up the real videos, and it wouldn't work on the other one, in an older version of the fly-by-wire. And I was really confused. So I said, I'm going to buy the Fenix, and then you get the airline pilot saying, this is how you do ABCD, and it works in the Fenix, because it's a study-level aircraft. So, let me know, Edward. Yes, it's a little YouTube vids later. Edward says, yes, a little YouTube vids later. Yeah, you get on the YouTube, and it's brilliant. You know, you'll love it. So happy days, great. It's a whole new experience, says Edward Kerr. Great, Edward. I'm delighted. It is, isn't it? Especially to do the short trips. You know. So I'm going to head off, and I'll be back in half an hour, folks. So chat amongst yourselves, and if anyone new comes on, you know, don't forget to hit the like button. How many likes have we got on YouTube now? How many likes? We've got 20 watching and 16 likes. Not bad. Not bad. So I will be back in half an hour, and I'll see you then, folks. Producer buttons will mind you. Keep an eye on producer buttons there. Okay, back in half an hour. Half an hour to 45 minutes, just to be sure. Right? 45 minutes, we'll say. Look out for the next piece. I go, just to make sure the recorder is actually on. We are recording, folks. Be back soon. I'll actually be able to come into the chat. I just realised there I can actually be in the chat whilst I'm doing my thing. Okay, see you in 45 minutes.
are traveling with the children, make sure that your oven mask is first before helping your irritating loud child. If you are unable due to intoxication, you will pass out and suffocate in an orderly fashion. In the unlikely event of emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on items behind. Life routes and located below your seat, and emergency lighting will lead you to your closest exit. Please be aware, if you are intoxicated
Good afternoon, folks. I'm back. Yeah. I'm back for a period. Greetings. Let's move this over here and see what's going on. It's hilarious because when I was out, I realized, of course, I could look at the stream to make sure that the autopilot didn't disconnect. You know? But even if it did, there's nothing I could do about it. So where are we? We have 731 miles to go and about an hour and 20 minutes. So we're all good. Let's have a look. Clappy D, thanks very much for reminding everything. Happy days. Edward Kerr, shalom. Shalom. Lots of I missed in the chat there. Let's have a quick look. Who's with us now? Oh, 18 of you still here. Very nice. Happy days. Let's get back at the comments that Edward Kerr was chatting away. Okay, that's what I left. Inappropriate in the play. Let's hope there's nothing inappropriate in the playlist. Well, actually, there was. I don't know how it got in there, but the cabin crew things that I did, she was yapping away apparently. Do you know? It's a crew mutiny. The minute his back's turned. Clappity's laughing out loud. Olga had spotted her chance for glory, so she was chatting on. I've got to remove that. I've got to find the tracks. I'm going to do it now. It's kind of annoying. You know, it's annoyed me a few times. So where was it? It's all unknown. Let's see if I can find it here. Title here. Is this it here? I'm going to have to stop the music for a bit. There it is. That's the track. So if I take those and get rid of them. Delete from library and delete from library only. Okay. There we go. I just found them on the computer. It's just been clever, really, isn't it? Now, where was that song? Is it Dahlia? Is it this one? Go back at the playlist, folks. Great. So that's one potential problem gone. Yes. Let's get rid of that camera there for the moment. I felt like I was bunking off, you know? Mitching off, we'd call it. Or bunking off work, perhaps? Let's get rid of that. We don't need the old camera there. What is this? 1 minute, 18 minutes to go, roughly. Oh, that's the security. Okay. Very good. That was some flight really quick. And I was checking in from when I was out. Good. Tritz was with us there. Tritz. She went all through her announcements. Oh, wow. Tritz. What is going on here with you buttons? What's this? What is this you speak of? What buttons you got out of Tritz? I gave you another one when I came in, didn't I? Now, go back to work. Tritz says, hi Gripper, and buttons, what's happening? Was it something I said? We've obviously got a stream problem. I'd say good night and hope all is well. No, there's no problems. I just, I do it a long flight, so I thought I'd skive off. Not skive off, but just do things. Because I can't sit for 4 or 5 or 6 hours. You know? And a lot of streamers are doing it. So some of the folks were saying, why don't you just do the stream and in the cruise just do your thing? Do you know? So I hope that's... Are you still on, Tritz? We've obviously got a stream problem. I'll say good night and hope all is well. No, it's just a long flight. You probably missed the beginning of the stream there as to what the plan was, you know? So it's just cruising. We're still good. We're coming over... Where are we now? Roughly in the scheme of things. Oh, we're coming up the coast of Italy here. We're coming up the top of Italy. It won't let me scroll out anymore, but we can do this. So we're coming down here. Isn't it? No. Looking for Sicily. Where are you? There we go. That's where we're going. Happy days. Happy days, folks. Edward Kerr was saying, do you use the honeycomb throttle or something different? And if you're still on, Edward, I'm using the yoke of the yoke, which you don't need now anymore, because at the time when I bought this, they were either really, really poor quality or very, very expensive high quality. There was no in between. So this is the yoke of the yoke. They use it for real life commercial sims, you know. So I'm going to get up again. Look after. Oh, no, look after producer buttons. Where are the boys? There's someone down below me I can see. That's just people floating around. Where are you? You may have. There's fallen up ahead. Wild Titan is up ahead. Remember, we're on the North European server. Buttons, come away from that, please. Hey! Come here. I thought she was chewing the cable, but it's actually not. I keep telling her not to chew that particular thing. It's a mat for my glass. She's chewing it. Anyway, we're good. We're still going, folks. We're still going. Straighten the camera there a little bit. There we go. So all is well. Okay, so I'm going to go about my business. I'm going to get rid of the cam here. The yoke cam. I'm going to, as I said, at work, I've got some work to do in here. So get rid of the yoke cam here. So you got some eye candy. And I put the sign back. I'll be back. If anyone comes on, I'll be back in about, what time is it now? We've got an hour and 15. About a half an hour. Right? About a half an hour. I'm just chewing the shit out of that thing I don't want her to chew. But that isn't good eye candy, I'll tell you that much. That's good eye candy. Actually, make that a little bit smaller, will we? Make it a bit smaller. Negative. Taking over the stream there already. There we go. That's a little bit more acceptable. There we go, folks. So, let me just say now, 45 minutes, a half an hour before descent, really. Yeah, half an hour just to be safe. So we got 45 minutes, about a half hour, 35 minutes. Hey Siri, set timer for 35 minutes. There we go. And I will be back in 35 minutes, folks. Enjoy the cruise. What really happens to the cruise? Yeah, that's yeah, see, this is what happens. That's what happens to my coaster. There you go. We don't want to disconnect there. Very easy to hit the Xbox controller. So I'm still half an hour to go, so I've just finished something, folks. All good? All good, folks? An hour and 7 minutes to go. So let's see if we can time this for the top of descent. We've got a good bit to go. We have 619 miles to go, folks. There's Fallen Up in Wild Titan. Joining us joining along with us. Where now? Oh, it's choppy. Don't get choppy on me now. No. A lot of people floating around here. Very nice. Let's flutter down to get some eye candy, folks. Let's have a look at the cockpit view. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'll continue about our business. And I should be back very, very soon. Half an hour. Half an hour. 32,000 feet. All is well. Happy days. Okay, folks, it's getting dark now. It's getting dark. Right. The old sound here. If you're still with us, let's just check to see where we are. Oh God, my alarm didn't go off. Oh no, I'm okay. Am I? 44 minutes to go. 454 miles to go. Just thought I'd check in. I set my timer on my phone. And I didn't. Oh yeah, 7 minutes left. Okay, I didn't see it. Alright, 32,000 feet. How are we for fuel? Let's just check the fuel. Oh good. 450 miles to go. Okay, let's go to plan mode here and see what we've got. Two, three. Yeah, we're not getting a right descent here, look. That's a bit odd. That's not when we descend, is it? Well, it could be. So it's 60 miles, 66 miles out, folks. We got a descent. That looks possibly right there. Let's just double check it. Let's zoom in a bit. It's 40 miles. Yeah, we've got all this zigzagging to do, so let's fix that now, shall we? Ian Bevington's back. Slewtastic, he says. For those just showing, Gripper is inbound to the crew, so I've taken another job as construction engineer. He'll be back shortly with very red thumbs. Yes, I've been working very hard. So, little bits and pieces to do. So, I need to get rid of some of this nonsense here. I think we'll go direct to... Why would he give us those waypoints there? Okay, there was a problem with the waypoints, wasn't there? So, let's sort that out now. We don't want to be arriving at night time. It's getting a bit dark out there, which is great, but... Oh, look at that. Whoa. That is very realistic. Look at the way that the towns glow orange. Is that the towns? Or is it the sun? Oh, it's the coast. It's the coast, folks. Super Gamer's with us. The Super Gamer, where do I put the license file .xml for GSX Pro? Good question. I stopped using GSX Pro because it was... Oh, are you alright there? You put my elbow on your nose. I stopped using it because it gave me such a pain in the neck. You know? It gave me such a pain. And I couldn't stream with it. It's okay if you're not streaming if it folds you up, but it stopped streaming a few times. You know? And I didn't like that. But look at that scene there. You know? All the towns, the cities. You know? Stop that. Good luck. Stop. Good luck. What you looking for? Oh, okay. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. She doesn't like me on the stream too much. But she's gone now. She knows it's going to get the camera. Havoc, folks. Havoc. Excuse me. So I can't remember, to be honest with you. I don't use GSX Pro because it keeps doing up the stream. But okay, let's change there. We want to arrive to the stars and everything. You know, you just can't really see that very clearly. I have a very... I'm pleased with the monitor I have, but I think... Let me know. Right, if you want me to fly in the dark, but I think you'd rather us just come back at the daylight hours there. There we go. So, okay, where was I? Distracted there. Okay, so got the daylight hours on here. 400 odd miles to go. 419 miles. We've got a fair bit to go. So where was I? Yeah, this nonsense here. So I'm going to put a waypoint from Gano. No, get rid of Gano. We're going to put a waypoint from... I'm going to get rid of those waypoints there, right? Just going to get rid of them. Okay. So let's have a look at the flight plan here. Where's Guyant? Guyano, excuse me. So from Guyano, I'm going to delete these guys. Over to here. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Let's see what that gives us. Okay, we need to get rid of some more. The one before here. That one. Enter. Great. So now I can make up my waypoint. It's a little bit buggered up, so we'll have to vector ourselves in, folks. There's no ILS. So if I get rid of that waypoint here. Yeah. That will give us... That's why I don't really appreciate it, Ornav. But this here doesn't look... let's see if we get 10 miles on the final approach here. It's going to be an unusual one, folks. But is that 10 miles in from the airport? Let's just get to the airport here. Yeah, that could be just about 10 miles in. That's a 10-mile ring, so the centre out is 10 miles. So I think if we take that course, oh, we got some more waypoints here. That's nice. Let's get rid of J. Get rid of. I want to come direct here, so get rid of CJ 437. CJ 437. CJ 437. Where are you? There it is. Get rid of him. We got discontinuity, that's fine. Get rid of that discontinuity. Yep. Enter. Boom. Let's go. So now we're going to come straight onto a left base, and then we can disconnect. So hopefully now the FFC will recalculate. So let's get rid of plan mode. Back to ARC. Let's switch hammer there. And zoom out a bit. In fact, we could cut it short and get rid entirely of Adami. Well, Random Philip, greetings. He says, sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Better late than never, I guess. What did I miss? Nothing. I was at the cruise, and you're actually... I was in the cruise. I went to the shops. I kept an eye on the stream from my phone to check in. I've been doing some work around the house. And so I'm back now. I may pop out again for a little bit. Because we've got a bit to go. We're like 367 miles to go. You know? So I'm just tidying up the waypoints here, because it's Ornav. So great, I'm going to get rid of a dummy here. So you haven't missed an awful lot. Buttons has been very bold. She's kind of not happy with being ignored. I understand that, poor little Buttons. So where was I? I want to get rid of a dummy. No, wrong way. See, this is confusing. The button should be going down, not up. Dummy, let's get rid of a dummy then. And there we go. Clear. Boom. Do that. And get rid of the discontinuity. Boom. Insert. Now, we're going to direct now. There's our descent. And we've got a descent. So we've got 220 miles to go before descent. So that'll give you another half an hour of working around the house. Now, I have to kind of... I didn't want to do a long stream because it's kind of boring in the cruise. But let's see what you think. We get a few more people on here. Followed up with this. I'm losing hydraulic fluid. May not have brakes on landing. Oh wow. You got the errors on. Followed up says, never mind. I have at least inboard brakes on board and outboard are split between 2 hydraulic systems. Great. That's for mine. Oh, you're at the PMD. You've got the airs on. Excellent. I love it. That's what I want to start doing. So, Random Philip, what is ORNAV? Good question, Random Philip. ORNAV radio nav, GPS. It's a non-position approach. In other words, it's not very precision. So it kind of takes you on to. You have to be visual to see it, the runway, and you've got high tolerances, so it can be a few thousand feet. And you have to see the runway, But or radio nav, it's a less accurate than using an ILS. It's got to be visual. Producer Buttons wants to say hello, folks. Look, there you go. That's the Producer Buttons. She's feeling a little bit ignored. She's looking for food too. Did you eat a lot today? The cuteness is too much, folks. You can't ignore the cuteness. So we've got a fair bit to go. So we've tied up our waypoints. We saved some fuel. Some Random Phillips says, okay, thanks. In a few moments, I'll be able to start going to flying lessons after I turn 14 and to get a job. Very nice one. Yeah, start saving up. You can get a job now at 14, can't you, in the summer? Where you couldn't get a job in Ireland back in the day for a lot of money. You just couldn't get one. Do you know? Unless you knew somebody. No. Couldn't do it. You had to leave the country. This one's very, very bored. Follow up says, I just went direct to Ganio, left the zigzag in due to the mountains and constraints. Yeah, it's going to be visual, isn't it? Let's have a look at the weather then, shall we? While I'm here, I'm going to put in the... let's get rid of the old can here. Let's move that. With a little talk here, look. Oh dear. Let's put in the weather. Right, wait till we get to it. I've got some stuff to do here in the room. So we've got a fair bit to go. 272 miles. Oh, we cut a good big chunk off it there. Jesus, a big chunk, really. It's now giving 33 minutes to go, folks. So maybe I'll get organised and we'll stay here. So if I get up off my seat and leave, do you know? It's only 33 minutes, so let's finish the stream here. Maybe the next time I'll organise it. So top of drop 90 nautical miles. Yes, exactly. So I've got a bit to go, but I'm getting off my seat now. Is there? Stick around. I think that was enough. So it was a reasonably interesting kind of the way to stream. And some of the people are saying, well, you just do your thing and come back. That's handy. Let's get some eye candy in. And again, I've done it too late with the time. I need a little bit earlier. I want to arrive at the Golden Air. So just beginning it there. There we go. I'll do it. Okay, so let's just get rid of the cameras for the moment. Okay, and we're going to get ready. We're going to get ready for approach and landing. I better make it a good one after all this now. You can stream it now for 3 hours. I've done that before. The last stream was quite long because we did 2 trips. Let's go to performance here and let's get our weather. Sorry, right now. Oh no, next phase. College. Approach just QH on arrival. Let's have a look at FPS here for the moment. FPS 42. Later, cap okay. June page 172 knots QNH 1016. Good. Temperature. Just set it there. 12. That's a 210 and 172. 2 knots. No wind to speak of. Minimums are going to be in the barrow, so let's have a look at another graph here. I'm not getting anything here. I don't know why. No charts, folks. I don't know why that is. There's got to be something. Palermo. Got the right. Anyone? I don't know. It's very peculiar, folks. So I'm gonna have to wing it. Let us put it at. Let's put the power at 400 feet for now. We can change it as we go. Well, it's an opposition. Let's go 600. I know it's a guess. So that's that in. So we're going to descend here now. So just by looking at that now, 33, 90, 99 miles out, 100 miles out, we're going to start our descent. And we've got a fair bit to go still. Accelerate a little bit, perhaps. Let me increase that. Oh no. There we go. Let's do a little bit. Not a lot. We got a bit of a tailwind. We're taking advantage of that now because we were going up here a little bit, so we got a little bit of a tailwind. Some random Philip, is RNAV common in air travel? I guess. I don't know, to be honest with you. I would imagine Ryanair do it a bit in Europe, but it's not that common. I'll tell you why it's not that common. Because RNAV, you know, you've got a high. Here's the thing about flying an airplane, right? There's different categories, right? So it's cat 1, 2, 3, and etc. All that kind of stuff. So let me show you here the plate. I'll grab a plate here. Let's get Waterford up here. We get Dublin. Just because I know the ICAO code off by heart, obviously. So. Oh, no charts for that either. Oh no, sorry, that's my mistake. This is computer, I'm not getting any data here. Bear with me. I'm not getting any data from Navograph. They've logged me out, I bet you. I bet you they've logged me out. That is most peculiar. So it's not that there's no information there. No, I'm not getting no charts available for this category. And any. That's very peculiar. No. This is very peculiar. I'm not getting anything now. I'm going to close Navograph charts down now and open it up again. I seem to have lost my data, folks. Bear with me. Let's see. This is the issue here. Dublin. There we go. Boom. Now it's giving us stuff. Okay, so this is how it works. Let's get one here that's actually realistic here, like 28 left. Now, so you're coming in. ORNAV doesn't use an ILS, you see, as far as I'm aware. I'm not an expert on it, but ORNAV, that's an ILS there. So you come down, you follow the line, if you like. It's an imaginary line coming from, it's an imaginary line coming down from 2,500 feet, and you follow it all the way down. It brings it right down to the runway. But to what height? What about the weather? What if you can't see? So here, sorry folks, I keep getting interrupted now. What's this? Autopilot disconnected. Something. It's climbing like a lunatic here. It's climbing like a lunatic here. Okay, we're back on. I didn't see what happened there, so oh god, I'll never explain this right. Where's the question again there? Is common as nav? It's not. I'll tell you why. I guess it's not, because think about it. Let me get my camera here. You're landing. You want to see the runway, or you're stuffed. But airplanes have instruments, so you can actually land on the runway without seeing anything until about 50 feet. So is it Cat 3 here? So Cat 3 here, right? Cat 3A, your decision height is 50 feet, meaning if you can't see the runway by 50 feet, you're going around and you're going to go somewhere else. It's too dangerous, right? An auto land, you put on the 2 autopilots if the airplane is equipped for it. Most Airbuses are, and 737s, etc. You can land with a decision altitude of 50 feet. That means if you can't see so many runway lights, you're going around and you're going to go somewhere else where you can see the runway. Other aircraft are good for Cat 2, so we're Class C, not a big heavy aircraft like a 737. So here, Cat 2 is less. Our decision height is 302 feet. So if you don't see the runway by 302 feet, you're going around. But that brings it right down below the clouds. But ORNAV doesn't really do that, does it? I don't think so. It's a non-positioned approach, whereas Cat 3A, Cat is a position approach, meaning you can go right down to 50 feet and it'll bring you right down to the centre line. Cat 1 is less, right? And now I don't know why the aircraft. I think the aircraft has to have the equipment for it. Cat 1 decision, I see it goes up 402 feet here. Localizer out, so you've no localizer. So if you think it's going to bring you all the way down, if that's working, right? You're at 740 feet, so etc. So I'm not an expert in ORNAV by any means, but here's the big thing, right? Let's say a lesser aircraft wouldn't be able to get in. They'd have to go around. Let's say it's 700 feet. Let's say, or 400 feet. So if the cloud base is 400 feet, you're going around. You can't see the runway, so you've got to go off somewhere else. So you've got a higher category here to come down lower with all the fancy instruments. You'll get into more airports. If an airport doesn't have an ILS, then it's a non-decision approach. You got to be visual by very, very high. So in bad weather countries, or if the weather's bad, you got to go around and go somewhere else. So airlines want to be able to get into the airport, hence they got all the fancy equipment. Does that make sense? There you go. So at 33,000 feet, we have 182 miles to go. Good stuff. This is the longest stream I've had now. I've been streaming for 3 hours. A very long stream. So Matt Phillips says my Wi-Fi went down for a minute there, so I'll be responding a tad late while I catch up. That's okay. Recap says I don't suppose any of our lot is fitted for air-to-air refueling. Are you running out of fuel? Recap? That's a tough one. So I don't think it's common. I don't think so. I doubt it. Just pure logic, I guess. So hopefully this will work out and I won't have to go around. I want to do a nice smooth in landing. Straight in. But the weather looks pretty supreme here. Let's check the fuel. Oh god. We've only got enough for holding the bare minimum. We got the bare minimum. I don't think I loaded extra fuel in the end, did I? So bare minimums being you got time for holding, contingency, and your alternate, etc. So that's what we've got. Good. "17 viewers, folks. 15 of you are on YouTube. I hope that helps some random Philip. It's just a general kind of thing. There's a lot in it. And I learnt it all. I knew it all very back in the day when I studied it all. But that's the gist of it, do you know. Also, you got forward visibility here, down here. So if you can't see beyond, 200 meters, here you can go up to 200 meters forward visibility. Here you got 300 meters visibility, all the way to glide slope localizer out, should I say, 2,400 meters. You have to have a good visibility. So all those factors have to be taken into account. It's all about safety. Be quite amazed the length that the aviation industry goes for safety, That's our plate. So I was going to check the RAD now, wasn't I? So let's do that. Because the day I don't check it will be the day it doesn't work. Let's see many. I didn't want window to disappear there, folks. I didn't want that window to disappear. There we go. It won't stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the frequency of the ILS, which is 111.35, and the approach course to come in, and any other stuff we need. So now that I have the charts working again, let's see if I can get that our airport up again. Sorry, that's completely wrong plate. That's Dublin. So we want. Let's just check that again. Lima, India, Charlie, Tango. Now we get something. Here we go. There we go. It was just a glitch. So we're approaching into ORNAV 07. Really? Interesting. I'm just going to refresh my television. Sorry, they want to power off. Done. Lima into Charlie Julia. Oh, that's Tango, you dummy. Wow. Stop doing that today. See, the keyboard's quite far away from me. Well, that's very annoying. No, it doesn't. I have to angle it. You can't see the keys. Okay, so here we go. We're at the right airport now, folks. 07. We're going Z. We chose. So there we go. Not very accurate there. So 710 feet is our decision height. I'm going to go 840 here. I don't know the difference between this one and this one here. CDFA, not too sure. With decimal, see there's a lot in it that I'm not aware of at the ORNAV. Just going to be visual. And yeah, I'm going to go for 1,000 feet. Right, let's put 1,000 feet in there. Performance. Back. There we go. 1,000 feet in the bar. We don't have any frequencies. There's no ILS here or anything like that. There is, however, a via war, interestingly enough. So via war. Oh no, hang on, I'm in the wrong one here. We have a via war here, 113. He landed in a via war as well. That's kind of interesting. So we'll leave 1,000 feet in there. Right. Let's tune into the shits and giggles radio here. That is VOR 1 is 1. Where is that? Bloody VOR. Let's put in number 113.0. Or we can put in P or S. Papa Romeo Sierra. PRS, that's correct. We'll see here. We might get. I think we might be far out to get a frequency here. We'll put it in VOR here. Nothing yet. It's not going to give us anything because it's not in range. But we'll see it pop up. I'll put it on number 2. On the other side as well. That's the ADF. There we go. And we have 40 miles to go before we descend. 40 miles. It's a long old flight to be sitting there, isn't it? Aaron Star Gravy, who is Gripsom as call sign Gripsim? I know I typed it incorrectly earlier on. I just didn't want to change it. Let's change it here and let's hope that it wasn't giving us the time up top. 18 minutes. Now it's Gripsim. Now it's Gripsim. That was just a typo. This keyboard, I have to angle it a bit better. Just slightly up. Because it's sitting flat in front of me, you see. So I keep doing stupid stuff. Okay, so that's everything done. Everything good. Happy days. And let's get some music going, shall we? Let's get back up here. Bit of atmosphere. Holiday music. God, we just about to settle down. That's great news. Photo Up says each airline has their own procedures on auto land decision heights. Most will add a buffer like 5 to 20 feet above. Yeah, I've seen this. So you've got this here. I don't think you can. I don't think legally you can kind of say, you know, here's. Runway 20 here. Maybe I should have taken that one. I will try the hour and a half because I haven't done it before. I don't think you can play around with decreasing these heights legally. I'm pretty sure about that. So if you're a category C or on the ILS, your decision height is 365 feet. That's the minimum. So the airline might say 400 feet. But they won't go below that because that's a legal thing. That's the law. Do you know what I mean? The tar will be onto you. Do you know? But I think, you know, yeah, you're right. The procedures will certainly be different for each airline. There's no doubt about that. So, and you did say that falling up. Most will add a buffer like 5 to 20 feet above. Yeah, there you go. Yes, so you're absolutely right. Sorry, I was talking nonsense there. But they do. There was, you know, they can vary. Do you know? That's absolutely right. It's like in the like when I'm flying in a flying school. Here's the thing: if you're flying the little airplanes, okay, if you're flying the little airplanes, and you're in the flight school, and you're running the flight school, and you're the chief flying instructor or whatever, somebody at the head of training or whoever it is, you have to decide when do I not fly, right? So if you're to go into to fly with students, okay, and you look up and you go, it kind of looks okay. Off you go, you know, and hope for the best after you take off, right? Things like the sky, when it's covered in cloud, you can't tell if it's a 50 feet or 1,000 feet because it's white, it's just white. And I've done it myself. I hopped in the airplane, let's see, and it's like 200 feet, and you're going, oh shit, I better, you know, better level off, not go into cloud because you're not configured to go into cloud. You don't have the instruments to go into cloud or the icing and all that kind of stuff. So it can catch you out. That's what I'm saying. So here's the problem. if you don't have any actual procedures, so the procedures would be, for example, in a flight school, the visibility has to be at least 10k, and the cloud base has to be 1500 feet, and the wind, the crosswind, also has to be less than, let's say, 10 knots across the runway. Okay, so if you go in and you don't have that set up, you kind of go, you know, I don't really want to fly, but you know, someone else is flying, and maybe I should too, and the student wants to go flying, and I'll go. You know, then the word I hate is it'll be grand. That does my head in, that word. So you've got to have something to find, like, so you can go out, the student's there, and you're going, I'm sorry, and they'll note the cloud base is below 1500 feet, the visibility is below 10k, and the wind's exceeding our demonstrated crosswind limits. And it's definite. That's how we operate, so sorry, we have to go home. Rather than going, you know, I don't know. There's no uncertainties in flying. There's no maybes. You want to eliminate that as much as possible. Do you know? So that's what all this is about. All these kind of laws and things like that, with all the approaches and the law. There's a lot in it. Now, I don't fly IFR very often, you know. So there's a lot in it. A lot of rules and stuff, which is great. I have seen, you know, where was I? I went to a different airfield, and the wind was fine, and there was mountains to the left, and it was a lovely sunny day, and I went up. But jeez, the crosswind, because it came over the mountains, it's only 10 knots across the runway from the west. At first, it frightened the shit out of me because I was up and down like a yo-yo. It was crazy. Even on landing, you didn't really feel you were in control. So, you know, there you go. In this airport, I'm not going if the wind is from the west, and if the wind's above near 10 knots. So it's just a no-brainer, you know. So you have all those things to protect yourself and others, you know. So it's interesting. None of this nonsense of people looking into the tank and going, yeah, that'll be grand. No. What's that mean? That means nothing. You know, it looks full. No, that means nothing. Is it what's exactly in the tank? You know, you need to know exactly what's in the tank and add some time. So I might look at a tank and go, okay, the engine burns so much, it's got 3 hours of fuel. So we can fly for 3 hours before we get worried, you know. So it all has to be defined. Now, where are we? Yeah. Oh, 79 miles, let's get down. Shit. Doesn't time fly? Don't worry, we'll manage it. Now, we'll be okay. Let's see how we go. I may have just missed it. Let's have a look. Because I was busy chatting there, wasn't I? Did I do it again, you see? That's what happens. That's why I have a sterile cockpit. You don't really talk that much. Especially when you get 100 odd miles out. You stop the chatting. Because that's exactly what can happen. I'm putting out some drag here. Because that's exactly what happens. You know, you miss your top of descent. Do you know? Activating approach phase. Maybe not. No, not yet. That's going to slow us down. I don't want to slow down yet. Are we making headway? Sorry, Prague. We're 6,000 feet too high because I was chatting. Yes, folks. 3,000 feet. Z407 is 2,300 feet. You get there. Not really. A little bit. If we increase the speed a little bit, I don't think we can very much. Engines should be at idle. Oh yeah, we're okay. We'll get down. I'm pretty confident we'll get down just in time. So if you can see here, before we turn for a left turn, that little Let me get rid of all that mess there for you. There we go. You see the little blue zigzag arrow there? That's when we'll be back on profile, which is the green dot. So that's when we're good. So I'm happy. I is happy. All good. Oh, following up. Following up is saying, I just went direct to Gagno, left the zigzag in due to mountains and constraints. Yes. Top of descent 90 meters, I read that already. He's saying crosswind D factor is where, as well, I believe the Airbus can handle more of a crosswind than the Boeing in an autoland. Yeah, but not in the simulator. Not in this. Crosswind landings are awful in this. It has too much force in the wind at the tail when you touch down and you can't stay in the runway. I don't know if they haven't fixed it yet, I'm sure of it. If you're flying for fun and enjoy VF4 is the way to go. IF4 is more of a collect a paycheck after fuel, rent, cost, and I'd much rather spend the money to fly in a beautiful day. Exactly. There you go. Why am I not getting Cherokee's comments here on the multi-stream? Valstorm says, I'm not getting the latest multi-stream, what a pain. Cherokee says, ILS approach have different categories. The most basic version, category 1, allows the pilot to descend 200 feet above the ground. Yeah, while looking for the runway, that's right. That's better than what I said, actually. Cherokee, if he cannot see the runway 200 feet above the ground, he legally must go around. Cherokee also says, more precise categories of ILS approaches allow the pilot to descend lower to the ground. Category 2 approach allows you to descend 100 feet above the runway. Yes, that's right. Cherokee, so that would be used on a day when there is low cloud and fog. (3,000 feet). 3,000. We're sending 3,000 feet a minute. We're good. We get on it. It'll all be fine. It's getting too dark again. Can't time it right, folks. I can't time it. Oh no, not that much. Right there. Just want that golden air as we come in. Cool. A good explanation, Cherokee, actually much better than mine. There's the hills and mountains here. But the runway's kind of on the coast, isn't it? So I don't know what the zigzag business was, because we're going over the sea first. We're going to come down here and turn in this way, no? 16,000 feet, folks. I'm going to get ready for... just this your camera here. Oops. Just take my face off at the moment. There we go. That's right. So going into landing. 3 hours, 30 minutes now we're streaming for. Recorder's on. Let's double check it. Recorder's recording. The good news is, of course, no bugs now in this long stream. Remember I got that green screen thing? Do you remember that? It kept going green and create the sound. Apparently, the only thing I changed was the mouse, because I changed the mouse a little bit bigger and yellow. And a list of things I read about that, one of them said, if you changed your mouse color, change it back to white. So it must have been that, you know? I'm guessing. But it would be logic, since it worked after I changed the mouse color. Yeah, here's what it was. There's an option in Windows. So if the mouse goes over black, it changes, or over white, it changed the color of the mouse, so you can still see it. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what glitched the screen that time we got that green screen issue. Okay. 10,000 feet now. 2,000 feet to go. Funnel Up says, yeah, I know why the RNAV is sorry, the RNAV is this way is useless. It's for ATC and spacing over the water and no terrain. Okay. So the zigzag was for spacing. Cool. Cherokee and YouTube's giving a great explanation there of the categories. Landing. So cat, this is for my own benefit now. Cat 3A, 50 feet above the surface. Above the ground. Cat 2 is 100 feet above the ground. And Cat 1 is 200 feet above the ground. You gotta go around. So if the airport, if the runway is 100 feet up, on Cat 1 it'll be 300 feet. You go around. We're back in profile now. I'll take the brakes off. And we passed the 10,000 feet. Little bit bumpy, folks. Let's dull the music. Let's get ready. Spoilers. Brakes. Auto brakes, should I say? Activating push phase. Push phase active. Oh, did someone say don't activate approach phase? I'm gonna pop this on here. I don't know if it's GPS and all that kind of crack.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be landing shortly. Please ensure your seat and tables is in the upright position and your safety belt is secured. Our cabin attendants will be around shortly to prop up intoxicated passengers. If your baby is screaming during the approach, please ensure they are stored in the soundproof overhead locker. On behalf of Gripper Team and Production Buttons, we would like to thank you for taking a massive risk during this mostly dangerous flight. Thank you.
There we go. Where are we descending? Doesn't have the, maybe that shouldn't be on there. Thought I'm going to activate approach phase. Okay, now we're coming down. Good. There is obviously it's slightly different for RNAV, I think. Now we're on profile. That's the profile there for RNAV then. It's slightly different. So that makes sense. And that's what I'm trying to activate approach phase. Cherokee says, having landed on a Cat 3 approach, you have to remember to disengage the autopilot before you turn onto the taxiway, or else the autopilot will try to steer back at onto the centre line. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Because it actually steers down the centre line, isn't it? It's bizarre. Multi-stream doesn't seem to be giving us anything from YouTube, which is a pain. YouTube. Are we still on YouTube? Is it still playing for us? Let's have a look here. Has YouTube stopped? Of course it hasn't. Multi-stream. There we go. Has Twitch stopped? Hopefully not. I'm definitely more popular on YouTube than the channel. Okay, let's pay attention here. Q&H. Oh god. Oh no, 324 once. Twice. That's not the Q&H here though. 1016. And 015. Okay, we're on final now. I see the runway. We're good. Let's switch to manual landing, folks. Shall we? See here, it's off quite a bit. So, disconnecting autopilot to my airplane. Let's get onto the central line here. I'm getting odd indications here. Oh no, no, the indications are good. Indications are good. We've got a wind from the right side, quartering tailwind, 11 knots. And it's going to get bumpy with that hill to the right. Flaps. Gear down. Now this is what the problem I had with disconnecting the auto throttle here. Because that's the problem I had with RNAV, is that... Oh god, I'm going to do a Harrison Ford now in a minute. Come on, get on it. Gear down 3 greens. Come on. Yeah, RNAV is interesting. 100 above minimums, which I set.
1,000.
Full flaps now.
Minimum.
No, it's not full flaps. Continue. Landing. A little bit unstable there, in all fairness. You can get on it, don't worry. A little bit high. A little bit high. Don't let it balloon. A little bit unstable. It would be go around really in real life, but you
500.
know, we're going to be right on it at the last minute. Set rate is very high, so it's going to start giving out to me now. Let's make this a nice touchdown. A little bit high. Not a lot of throw on the throttles. Dead headwind now. 140 knots, that's what I want.
50, 40, 30, 10, 5.
There we go. Don't let the nose... Oh, it jumps down like that. Reverse thrust down. Very nice. Braking off. Reverse thrust off. Flaps up. And a bit of manual braking to get off of this turn. I'll go to the next exit to hell with it. There we go, folks. Welcome to Palermo, in Sicily. Nice. It's a nice approach. I like this scenery. That was an interesting approach. Not the best approach ever, because I don't know how to do RNAV. But it wasn't bad. There's someone coming in with it. We had a headwind there, didn't we? At the last minute, I thought we'd have a tailwind coming in. Come on, keep moving. Don't. Come on. Straighten the nose wheel a little bit. Come on, keep moving, keep moving. There we go. Let's clean up and retaxi very slowly. Look at that scenery. That is fantastic. Frames per seconds are good. That was interesting, folks. Disarm. Brakes are already off. Lights off. Runway turn off lights on. Taxi lights on. And TCAS off. And radars off. Predictor measure off. Excellent. So that was my first experiment with a long haul flight. I don't know if that really long haul. Not really. But you know what I mean? It's a long flight for the stream. Look at the weather. Look at that. Look at those colours, folks. Aren't those colours incredible? We'll pop out here and have a look at this. We'll have a look at this fantastic scenery here. Look at those colours. Are just beaming out at me. And I'll tell you why that is. Look at this. Alt F3. Let's turn off my shaders here. Well, that's dull. That is interesting. Isn't it? Very nice. I'm going to put the flaps back down for the replay, okay? I missed that person coming in there. I'd love to have parked the Gallagher coming in. Let's park this guy here. We'll stop here and we'll have a look at the chaps coming in, if anyone followed us. So this is the thing about the... See that thing there? That should tell you when to stop. There we go. Now, let's go move forward because it's kind of an illusion. Oh no, that will stay there. Park and brake out. Good. So we made it, folks. Let's have a look at the comments here while we're looking around. Oh, I hate when the camera does that. But that is quite a scenery, isn't it? Let's just go back a little bit. Let's increase the camera speed. That's a great scenery, folks. Look at that. The lighting. Do you know? Let's tag up. Oh, it got a bit choppy there. That wasn't my computer. Why does it do that? That's why I have to get a better card. Oh, someone's up there. It's not showing me any tags. Can I show me a tag, will you? Come on. Who's this coming in here? It's not tagging up for me, folks. I'll just add a bit of daylight here because you can't see a thing. You can't see a thing. That's all the boys coming in. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Who's this? Oh, very nice. And won't tack up for me, folks. I want to say hello to people who are flying along on the North European server. Gripperson. Ian Bevo's off for the Vision Jet. You're going to have to hit the right button. There's Red Cap. And I can't see the one on the ground. That's so unfortunate. Who's that just landing there? Let me know. So let's have a look at the comments there. Let's have a look at the comments. Cherokee is literally a flight school. He is really helped me flying these because I didn't know what to do when Cherokee is one of the people who helped me mostly when I hopped in here to stream. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and he taught me how to fly it. You know, I just started streaming and asked people, "What do I do?" Literally, you know. Some random Phillips says, "Gripper, can you please post your shader settings somewhere because that game looks blooming beautiful with them." Do you know what? Here, I'll open them up here, right? Take a screenshot, okay? Because they're going to change. Because what happens is when there's an update in the video, it clears them. So all I have is color, brightness, and contrast, right? So let me just zoom that down there, that one down there. And I just guessed. I just looked at it. So I have it. Do a screenshot there, and those just color and screen and brightness, contrast. Those, I'll leave them up for a little bit for you. Will that help you? Let me just get to the end of the comments here. Where's my mouse gone? I forgot. What the deuce? Oh, it's this. So take a screenshot. And if you didn't get it in time, just ask me again. You can review the stream later. It's recorded anyway. What aircraft do you fly in Gripper Sim in real life? Mostly now at the moment it's single engine pistons up to 5,700 kilograms. The twins are qualified to fly the twins. Like the DA42 and anything with twin engine up to 5,700 kilograms. At the moment, so let's reset the cam here. Let's do the replay, folks. I'm an instructor mostly at the moment. A commercial instructor. I can train commercial students that are training to be commercial students up to that level. Stop now in the small airplanes, not the big ones. So I'll stop recording. Hit the replay, and looks like I've got the replay for the takeoff. Let it load in for a little bit. Oh, I did it quite early on. So let's just pause and get to the takeoff from Cork. This is the takeoff from Cork. Do it in this angle here, so you can see Cork behind us. I want to keep my eye on the tail, so I don't want to get a tail strike. It doesn't record the sound or anything, which is a shame. I can fly like the Otter Twin if yeah, I can. I certainly can fly the Otter Twin. I haven't flown it, but I'm qualified to. What's going on? Oh, he's backtracking here. Ugh. I was wondering. I wasn't going very fast, was I? There we go. Let's go back a tad. There we go. Resume replay. There's the takeoff. Gripper V landing at Saba. Yeah, I must do those videos again. Great. So Amanda Phillip got a screenshot of all the brightness ones. Settings. Great. What was I doing here? Oh, we're talking. There we go. Now we're rolling. That's 50% of the throttle. And off we went. You can fly the Otter Twin then. Yes, I could. I think it's below 5,700 kilograms. I'm guessing it is. You know? I'm pretty sure it's below that weight. Derek says just taxis past NFC Cork. It's actually Cork. It's not NFC. It's Cork. It's Flight Academy in Cork. It's not NFC. NFC. What is that stand for? Not the National Flight Centre. It's Flight Academy. It's something to do with NFC. NFC's in Dublin. I'm looking a little bit close. There's the. I'm looking a little bit close to you, to the tail. Let's just go back here and have a look. It's a bit sensitive with the old I would love to fly the Otter. Yeah. Atlantic flight training, Cherokee. Yeah, it's Atlantic flight training. That was okay, that was fine, take off, that's fine. Just didn't want to get a tail strike there. There's Cork. Looks pretty cool, very nice scenery. Very green. You know. Let's pause that and go for a landing. Did a big long flight all the way across Europe, folks. I might crash now, it's loading in all the scenery. Yeah, let it load in. We're coming a little bit closer. There we go. Resume replay. Let's declutter. There's fallen up. The red cap 282. Fallen up was flying the Boeing 738, it says there. sticking with that view for now. I'll do a few views of that landing. That's okay, Cherokee. It's easy to get mixed up. But Cork, I haven't heard a bad word about Cork. Our own Weston's under new ownership now, so you know, for a while actually. Here we go. Did I get the centre line? Yes, almost. Looks pretty, you know. Cherokee says it's green because of all the bloody rain. Yes. Yeah, we had a few weeks there where the ground was damp and wet all the time. Let's have a look at another view, declutter. Let's follow up there at the gate. Let us just pause the replay. Back a bit. And then we'll do a passenger view. Resume replay. Go. Not too floaty and not too firm. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. I'll take that. Let's have a look from this angle here. Well, I can't do that angle because tail will get in the way. Let's pause that. Let's go back a little bit there. There we go. Resume replay. Didn't quite straddle the centre line there, did I? I'll take that. Happy days. Very nice. Thank you, some random Philip. Pulling up 737-800. I was on the one behind you with the without the tag. Okay, cool. Pulling up. I have a tail. Huh? You had a tail strike? Yeah. That's me. Sorry, that was from earlier. I'll follow it up. Thank you for following up. Let's have a look at, because there's loads of comments there for you. Oh, I read all those, did I? So I could have chosen a runway with an ILS, but look, I just took what I was given. Can we have a return? Says no. No, it'll be 4 o'clock in the morning. Would it? 3 or 4? One day. Imagine if someone requested a return. That was funny. Oh no, says Randall Phillip. No to return. So there you go, folks. That is a long flight. What do you think of me leaving my seat there? We see, you lose a lot of viewers, you know, when I just see someone. But I see a lot of popular streamers doing that in the flight sim, and they don't do it all the time. It's rare. But we might, we'll do another few short trips. I'd like to do the short trips from A to B, very, very short, quick flights, because there's a lot happening, isn't there, in the 2 or 3 hours, right? Your stream may have crashed. Green screen here. Let's have a look at that. Stream doesn't seem to be giving us anything. Yeah, that's YouTube. It's gone green screen. They don't do it all the time. It's rare. That's YouTube again. YouTube has failed us, folks. Before you leave, hit the like button, folks. I'm going to leave you now. YouTube has crashed again after 3 hours and 55 minutes. And folks, sorry for the crash there. I'll better hang up then. I'm sorry for that. What a pain in the ass. So YouTube's gone crazy again. So it's not me at all. It's YouTube. So folks, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you're following, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, is it not? Is it Friday tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. So I'll see you tomorrow at the end of the week for quick short hops, maybe around Europe, you know, England, Ireland, maybe somewhere like that. And I'll see you very, very soon. Thanks a million, everyone, for following up. And Brendan Beery, thank you very much for your super chat. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you very, very soon, folks. Ciao, ciao. And I will see you very, very soon. See you tomorrow, hopefully. And on Sunday at 21.